containing HTTP post as the first segment in the TCP connection. What are the sequence numbers of the first 6 segments in the TCP connection? What time was each segment sent? When was the ACK for each segment received, given the difference between when each TCP segment was sent and when its acknowledgement was received? What is the round-trip time value for each of the 6 segments? Then, so yeah, it tells us that WireShark has a nice feature which allows us to plot the round-trip time for each of the TCP segments. Select the TCP segment in the listing of captured packets window that is being sent from the client to the website. So we're going to do this. Start here. I'm not sure if we have to select all of them. Then we're going to go to statistics, TCP stream graph, and then round trip time graph. There we go, which is pretty cool. It's actually really cool. So that gives us a nice graph. Shows us. I wonder what else you could do. We can go back into here. Yeah, so that's the round trip time. What else do they have here? Basically it. But yeah, gives us a good overview of the round trip time for this, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to move on to question 8 right now. What is the length of each of the first 6 TCP segments? So we'll start here. This doesn't say what kind of TCP segments. So we're going to go to here. We're going to find the length. It's 52. Then we'll go to here. It's 40, 52, 52, 40, 691, 1500, back to 40. So that's pretty much it for question 8. Question 9. What is the minimum amount of available buffer space advertised at the received for the entire trace? Does the lack of receiver buffer space ever throttle the sender? So let's see if we can find that. Just give me 1 minute and I will find that. So I'm pretty sure I found this. Looks like the window size is that number or that number. I'm not really sure. I think this. I think it's this number right here. So yeah, we are going to move on. But it doesn't really lack. So I think all these that I looked at before, the length will fit in the buffer. So question 10. Are there any retransmitted segments in the trace file? What did you check for in order to answer this question? Actually, I did see one. We got a duplicate act right here, so that means something needed to be resent. Because they didn't receive one of the segments or packets. So that's what something that stood out to me was this. It's actually black and red. 11. How much data does the receiver typically acknowledge in an ACK? Can you identify cases where the receiver is acking every other received segment? Every other. So this is from me to that. Yeah. It seems like it's pretty much all ACKs right here. So yeah, I think that answers question 11. So we're going to keep moving on to part 4, TCP congestion control. We're going to examine the amount of data sent per unit time from the client to the server rather than tediously calculating this form of raw data in WireShark windows. So, alright, so we're going to go to WireShark Utilities time sequence graph to plot the data. Select a TCP segment in the WireShark's listing of captured packets. And then we're going to go to statistics, TCP stream, time, sequence, Stevens. Yep, here we go. And that's exactly what I see. So, each dot represents a TCP segment sent, plotting the sequence number of the segment versus the time at which it was sent, which is cool. So we're going to answer some questions. Use the time sequence graph plotting tool to view the sequence number versus the time plot of the segment being sent from the client to the internet address. Can you identify where the TCP's slow start phase begins and ends, and where congestion avoidance takes over? Comment on ways in which the measured data differs from the idealized behavior of the TCP that we've studied in the text. So I feel like the slow start phase start right here, or basically right here, and then the congestion avoidance takes over. I would say somewhere around here. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this TCP lab. There's a lot going on, and it was hard to, I don't know, some of the questions were pretty hard to understand. I tried to answer them to my best of my ability, but there's so much information, and yeah, hopefully I answered them all. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave or comment. Thanks for watching. See you, and hopefully you watch my next WireShark Lab video. Thank you.